You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, we take you to Joplin to meet the newest staff on the city's payroll, park rangers.
Also, despite not having any dispensaries in the city, Webb City joins the trend of cities setting ordinances when it comes to the now legal marijuana.
And we got ourselves a beautiful day across the area, but there's a few changes on the way. We'll talk about all of that coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. The city of Joplin adds new members to its payroll. The city hired 2 new rangers to help maintain and enhance the city's park system. KOAM Shagun Bomdale joins us from Landreth Park this morning and has more. Good morning, Shagun.
Good morning. Rangers will have the team will ensure that the parks are clean, safe, and enjoyable for those who visit. The 2 new rangers will work to maintain the parks and trails, educate
We want them to, what they do is patrol the parks, interact with the people, the kids, let the people know that there's a presence in the parks. A lot of our park users feel pretty safe in our parks when during the day. You know, when we have park workers out in the public mowing, trimming, there's always someone in the parks that's with the city.
the park with the law enforcement.
All right, thank you so much, Shagun.
All right.
The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office hopes to add a new drone to its fleet of drones. The Sheriff's Office applied for a grant through Hero Funds USA. If granted, the Sheriff's Office will have to come up with half of the cost of the $25,000 drone. This new drone would have thermal imaging. Among other uses, it could help with surveillance in standoff situations. Local veterans get some extra assistance signing up for disability benefits. On Monday, Joplin's Disabled American Veterans Chapter number 52 hosted a mobile assistance unit in Airport Drive. It was a chance for veterans to get assistance or get answers to questions regarding disability benefits. Officials say the information is not just for veterans, it can also be helpful for their families.
We also have help our veterans dependents. If a veteran dies and he is on disability, they're actually authorized to receive a portion of his death benefits.
The DAV mobile unit will be there again today. Well, a cattle hauler overturns on I-44 early this morning, causing serious traffic issues. The crash happened about 3:15 a.m. That's when a tractor trailer hauling cattle overturned near the Fidelity, Cloverleaf, I-44 and I-49, close to Carthage exit. Now, cattle were in the roadway running free. Quite a scene. The second tractor trailer swerved and overturned to avoid the cattle. Now, one driver suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was transported to an area hospital. The second driver remains on scene. KOAM's Shannon Becker reported multiple crashes as vehicles have hit the wandering cattle. The story writes as cows, but I'm not really sure what type of cattle they were just yet. This is a developing story, and you can find more details on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com.
Well, we were covering that earlier as a traffic alert this morning. Just check with MoDOT. The traffic camera there does still show crews on the scene with one of those overturned trucks still working that, so do use caution in the area. Here at home, though, we got a beautiful sunrise, clear skies, 51 in Joplin, south breeze at 6. We look at temperatures across the area, and it's not too bad. Starting to warm up. 50 Iola, Chetopa, Miami, 53 Neosho, 45 Parsons, 50 in Carthage, and 49 in Chanute. We get our day started. We got those sunny skies, mid-60s by late morning. We'll hold on to mostly sunny skies this afternoon, maybe a cloud or two, mid-70s for highs, and we're looking at some areas, especially in southeast Kansas, could even make the upper 70s. We go into tonight. We remain clear, nice, easy, cool down back to the lower 50s for our overnight lows. I want to talk about Thursday and Friday. So tomorrow, another beautiful day, mid-70s Thursday. We're looking at wind gusts Thursday in that 30 to 40 mile an hour range. And then we are watching the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms. So we head into Friday evening and early Saturday morning across the area. So something we're keeping a close eye on. And take a look. We go from 80 Friday to 66 Saturday. But don't worry, we warm back up as we head into next week. And we'll have more information on those storms and that severe threat here in a few more minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. So Webb City, Missouri joins the trend of Missouri cities setting a public use ordinance on recreational cannabis. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
Now that recreational cannabis is legal statewide, Missouri cities and counties must work out the fine print. Webb City's council is passing an ordinance to help out law enforcement.
It's a constitutional amendment. Inside that constitutional amendment, it made public use of marijuana illegal, but a city must pass an ordinance in order for police officers to have a municipal law.
The city administrator, Carl Francis, says the ordinance upholds the community standards with law enforcement backing.
It comes with a $100 civil penalty. It's just a way to prevent, like, for example, in King Jack Park around the ball fields or the kids' fields or something like that. We just don't really want anybody smoking marijuana there.
Webb City and other Missouri cities are still navigating taxes, ordinances, and more in the wake of statewide recreational cannabis. Webb City already made up their minds on the next hurdle.
But our council has already voiced their opinion that they will be putting on the November election. The constitutional amendment gave an option to ban dispensaries inside your city limits. And Webb City their council has already said that we will be putting that ban on the ballot.
In Webb City, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Webb City currently does not have any dispensaries. Up next, Jasmine Kyle from the SEK Humane Society stops in to tell us about how Kansas residents can foster with them.
And later, what started out as a joke becomes more and more common with lawmakers in North Dakota. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. We've got Jasmine Kyle joining us from the SEK Humane Society, and today we're focusing on fostering.
Yeah, good morning. So it is officially kitten season at our shelter. We have some puppies in the mix too, but we are seeing a drastic increase in calls of people finding newborn kittens. So I'd love to talk about newborn kits in particular, because we're having a lot of calls of people just taking them. And that's not something we encourage at our organization. If you, let's say, come across a group of kittens, like newborns, please don't pick them up. Please don't touch them, right? Because the biggest thing is mom is most likely out feeding herself. She has to feed those kittens every 2 to 3 hours. She has to keep up her milk production. So she has to go out and feed herself, right? So let's say that you find a litter of kittens and you're worried that mom has abandoned them. The one thing that we love to do, which is pet friendly, is get some flour and sprinkle a large circle around those kittens. Don't get flour on them, please. Do a large circle around them. Do not touch them because your scent will be on those kits and that'll alarm mama. And then just walk away. You can check on them 4 to 5 hours from now, see if mom has come back. If she has, you will see little flowery footprints. She is taking care of her babies.
What's the danger of getting your scent on the kittens?
Yeah, so scent is everything for animals. So for example, we will have calls, of somebody found newborn kits and they want to give them to one of our pregnant mamas. That's very a high-risk situation because when you have a pregnant mama, surviving is very big to them, not only for themselves, but their own kits. New kittens can have diseases. If somebody's touched them, does that mean that predator is nearby and so on? It's the same thing like birds. You don't touch newborn birds. You really don't touch newborn animals, which is why just this morning, we have newborn kits, but we really don't like to take them out into the public. Just because there's so many things in the air, there's so many scents, and we don't want mom to stress about that at all. But there are times even with pregnant animals where you introduce them with newborn kits from another litter and they're very hostile towards them. Their babies come first. It's a survivability thing because even with her own kits, if something's wrong, mom comes first. End of story. So
it's something that we can do is to help out with the influx of all these baby kittens is the fostering program.
Yeah, so if you have, let's say that you have a pregnant mom, especially if you have a pregnant mom with LITs and you're needing us to intake, fostering is huge right now. So if you're looking into fostering, if we have a pregnant mom with like 2 to 3 kittens, that would mean that you'd be intaking mom for us, and kittens would actually get to grow up with you. So mom's gonna do 95% of that work for you. She's going to feed them, she's going to bathe them, she's going to teach them how to eat, the whole 9 yards. You get to really see magic in the making, because these kittens grow up just like that. Within 1.5 weeks, they're already opening their eyes. Within 2.5 weeks, their ears are uncurling. It is so cute. The biggest thing that we are having issues with is people taking those kittens away from mom, because their mortality then goes to just 30%. Please don't take kittens away from mom unless they look sick or very ill, okay?
And that's why we can have you consider being a foster.
Yes.
That's actually all the time we have for today. I have some things to chat with you about when we get to break, though.
Sure.
We will be right back.
Well, in North Dakota, the Senate chamber has an extra special guest this season.
It's a nonpartisan therapy cat that has been appearing on different desks with inside jokes to bring some comedic relief. Maya Fleck reports.
A stuffed cat might be the last thing you'd expect to see, and that's the reaction it gets from senators like Kristen Roars.
Oh no, what is it for? So it's for a bill that was one of the first bills that was passed through both the Senate and the House, and the governor signed, on increasing the THC limit for medical marijuana. And so there's a little catnip on my desk now. So
there are a couple of women who got the tradition going, calling themselves the front desk force. They were inspired by a senator and got creative with props and poems.
Well, the first thing was Senator Meyer from Grand Forks brought the cat in. And it started out as a therapy cat. And so he put a note on it and put it on the next senator.
To earn the cat, it entails something being an inside joke, something ending up being controversial, or just a big life event happening for a senator.
And when someone gets it, all the senators have to huddle around and going, you gotta go over and see the cat.
That's pretty good, pretty funny.
During their breaks, the cat gets lots of different reactions and sparks laughter.
Okay. That's from you. Yeah.
this is the part of session where you need some comic relief, and so it was one of those things where I wasn't stressed out, but had I been, it would have been a good thing to help lighten the mood.
And then Senator Kaniainen had a baby during session, so the cat had a litter of kittens during that time, and that is also when we had the diaper tax bill.
They're not sure if the cat basket will become a tradition, but they're having fun with it.
Everybody needs a therapy cat, especially a stuffed therapy cat.
Sure.
You can take care of it.
Well, and we just had Jasmine on, and they have a need for someone to foster a lot of kittens, so.
If you need an actual live therapy cat.
Yes, maybe we could get the lawmakers in North Dakota to foster a bunch of kittens.
That might not be a bad idea. I think that's a great idea. And today is a great day to get outside and enjoy it. It is absolutely lovely out there. Take a look. MoDOT camera, 20th and Rangeline, looking back to the north. Beautiful conditions. Same from the KDOT camera at 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh. Look at those long shadows as the sun continues to rise. And here it comes. From our camera at 7th and Rangeline, we're at 51 in Joplin, south breeze at 6 miles an hour. Across the area, it's again a lovely start. A little chilly in some spots, but not bad. 46 Fort Scott and Nevada, 49 Lamar, Pittsburgh, Chinook, 45 in Parsons, 50 Chautauqua, Miami, and Carthage, and 53 in Neosho. As our day gets started, we will have sunny skies, mid-60s by late morning, just a beautiful day. As we head into the afternoon, could have a passing cloud or two, otherwise gorgeous, mid-70s. Some of us in southeast Kansas could push the upper 70s, and we remain clear heading into tonight, dropping back down to the lower 50s for our overnight lows. Now, one thing we are keeping an eye on is as we head into Thursday and Friday, a couple of things. Now, our Wednesday looks great as well. Mostly clear skies, mid-70s. And our Thursday, temperature-wise, looks great, mid-70s as well. But as we head into Friday evening, we're watching the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms. Now, southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma being highlighted, at least for now, for the potential for severe weather. And there's the expectation that those storms will survive into western parts of Missouri and Arkansas. So, again, we're a few days out. a number of things could change, but we're looking at a dry line setting up and having plenty of moisture return. You can see the spinning from the low pressure system, and we should have all the right ingredients for some strong to severe thunderstorms Friday night into early Saturday morning. So that's something we're keeping a close eye on, something that you all at home should keep a close eye on, and we'll keep you updated here on KOAM. All right, so like we mentioned, mid-70s Wednesday, Thursday. Well, I forgot to tell you about Thursday. Winds start picking up, gusts 30, 40 miles an hour. Up to 80 Friday, then those thunderstorms, and that kicks us down to 66 for Saturday. However, we warm right back up. Upper 60s Sunday, lower 70s Monday, near 80 as we head into the middle of next week. And as we head into the middle of next week and toward the end, we're watching the possibility of some additional pop-up thunderstorms across the area. But check out these overnight lows. A couple of cool nights, but otherwise not bad. We're back with more right after this. Welcome back to KOAM Fox 14. Joining us in studio today is Meg Bourne from Art Feeds, and you're here to tell us about your new fundraiser, Move for 38.
That's right.
Welcome to the show. Good morning to you. So what exactly is Move for 38?
Well, I guess for those who don't know much about Art Feeds, I'll start there first. So we create brave spaces for little artists to process big feelings. So we partner with schools, children's organizations to provide curriculum, art supplies, and training to grow social and emotional skills through art making. So it costs $38 to sponsor one child for a full year. So Move for 38 operates off of that concept. So for $38 you can register and you get this fun kit that we have in front of us. We've got shirts, a finisher medal, we've got racing bibs. Now, as we like to say, it's not a race, it's a fundraiser. So instead of running a 5K or a marathon, you just have to move in your own way for 38 minutes. So how do you like to move?
Well, I just do a lot of walking.
Okay,
Especially
perfect.
with the kids, there's a lot of walking involved.
Yes, I love that. So you could register with your whole family, and you guys could walk for 38 minutes, knowing that you're providing mental and emotional wellness for children. 25,000 children across the world participate in Art Feeds, many of which are in Southwest Missouri, just right here at home. So also, you can see we have markers here, and we've got these racing bibs, which also double as coloring sheets. So I've got these markers out here for you, so we of course have to add that creative element in, but you can move however you like. My husband, in fact, plans on trying to hula hoop for 38 minutes. I love HIIT workouts, so I'm gonna do a 38-minute HIIT workout. And also we have local gyms that are participating as well. 24 Elite Fitness and Midwestern Built are both spaces that you can go April 20th through 27th and move for 38 minutes to help support Movement Week for Move for 38.
Okay, so then does this coloring count as moving?
You know, you are moving your wrist, you're moving
Just
your
a
brain.
little bit, yeah. I think my brain is moving more.
Yeah. So yeah, perhaps it could count. Yep, so there's lots of ways to get involved. And right now, just on the serious note, we are in the midst of an adolescent mental health crisis. So our partnerships, creating brave spaces for little artists to process big feelings, really helps with that element of helping children move through their feelings in a safe way. So it's an upstream approach.
Well, and you know, you're not kidding about the health crisis that we are facing in youth. The world has changed so much since you and I were younger that it's a lot for them to process and to take in. So just how important is this process for Art Feeds?
Yeah, so that's why we go where children are. So like I said, our partnerships are with training school staff, children's organization staff, school counselors. We also partner with centers that help kids, that are specifically designed to help kids process trauma. And so we merge creativity, doing art in a fun way, but kids are also processing emotions. So there's some levity and lightness to it. It's very important work.
And real quick, for information, where do people need to go?
Yeah, you can go to artfeeds.org/move for38. And also, as you're moving, if you just want to donate, you can donate. You can gather your friends together. You can help fundraise. And yeah, use the hashtag #MoveFor38 to show your involvement.
I suspect you and your family probably color better than I do, because I do not color so well.
As we like to say in Art Feeds, there are no wrong answers, and everybody is creative. It looks good. Very patriotic.
Well, thank you. Meg, thanks so much for coming in. We've got more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. Authorities file a manslaughter charge against the driver in a fatal weekend crash in Joplin. The crash occurred Saturday evening on the 1200 block of Rangeline. Police say 26-year-old Charles Richardson Jr. of Joplin was part of a group of motorcycle riders headed north. They say a car driven by a 17-year-old male left a convenience store and pulled into Richardson's path. Richardson has now died at the hospital. Investigators say the 17-year-old was under the influence of marijuana. He has been arrested for involuntary manslaughter and driving while intoxicated.
Well, in case you just missed it, we had Meg Bourne from Art Feeds on. We'll have that information on our website. You can't see it so well. I'm not the world's best coloring person, but I got some kids I think that could fill that out for us. And it's going to be a beautiful day to maybe even color outside. Take a look at this. Sunny skies to get started. Temperatures into the mid-60s by late morning. By this afternoon, maybe a cloud or two. Calm winds. Temperatures pushing mid-70s, maybe even upper 70s for some of us. As we head into this evening, looks great as we stay clear, slow to cool, and eventually back down to the lower 50s. Tanya?
Joplin has a new frontline force in its community. They may not be law enforcement, but Joplin's park rangers are there to serve and protect the parks and the park's visitors. KOAM's Shagun Bomdale met the park rangers and has more live from Landreth Park in Joplin. Good morning, Shagun.
Good morning, Tanya. This team of park rangers will have a visible presence around Joplin parks. Their presence will help ensure that the parks stay clean, safe, and enjoyable for those who come to visit. Joplin's new park rangers will serve as ambassadors for the city of Joplin, helping promote tourism and economic development. That's on top of working to keep the park safe and secure.
Citizens kind of felt unsafe in our parks, especially in the evening and whatnot. And then again, when we did our Parks Master Plan, we did several community meetings, a survey, and that same concern was raised at that time as well.
Paul Bloomberg, the Joplin Parks and Recs director, says the park ranger presence brings the sought-after security feeling.
We want them to, what they do is patrol the parks, interact with the people, the kids, let the people know that there's a presence in the parks. A lot of our park users feel pretty safe in our parks when during the day. You know, when we have park workers out in the public mowing, trimming, there's always someone in the parks that's with the city.
One of the new park rangers says this may become his career.
I started out in like armed security, working at colleges, hospitals, things like that. So when I saw this position came available, I was very happy that they considered me. And I definitely plan to make it a career, so I'm hoping that it sticks around for a very long time.
Ethan Yates says the job gives him an opportunity to interact with people and help others.
A lot of times when we go to the bigger parks, if we see the homeless laying down or sleeping, we'll go and speak with them just to make sure they're okay. Because a lot of times people will call that into the police without ever speaking to them, and that ties the police up a little bit. Whereas you can just ask them, hey, are you doing okay? You know, oh yeah, I was just sleeping, and move on from there.
Park rangers do not replace
the park rangers do not replace any staff. In fact, they're working with current staff and also current law enforcement to report any irregularities around Joplin parks. Tanya?
All right, thank you so much, Shagun. What has the response from the community to the park rangers been so far?
It's been fantastic. A lot of people say they've been wanting something like this for quite a while now, because if their presence brings security to the parks, people are able to spend more time at the parks. People are able to, do things they want to do without having to look over their shoulder to see what's behind them. Tanya?
All right, thank you so much, Shagun. Well, that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour in the KOAM Morning News. Experts say this year's tax returns may be smaller than previous years, but we've got some tips for how to maximize whatever size your return may be.
And we've got a picturesque day across the area. It's going to be nice, but there are some storms on the way. We'll talk about all of that coming up. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. We're lucky to have Charlene Patton all the way down from Topeka at the Kansas Soybean Commission with us today. Welcome back to the show. You've got another excellent recipe for us, and I can already tell just by looking at the ingredients here, this is going to be something really good.
Well, April is National Soy Foods Month, so I wanted to bring you something special from the Kansas Soybean Commission. It's called an ancient grain salad, and it's actually, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but it's featured in the recipe book that we're giving away, the informational. I have 3 cups of quinoa in here, and that's where the ancient grain comes in. Cooked it ahead of time, put that in there after it was cooled, and now you're going to add one of our soy ingredients, and that is edamame.
Okay.
And it's already cooked too. We'll put that in there. And then these are blueberries, and I found these big blueberries, and I thought, well, this will be great for a salad so that you can really see them good. And then we have cucumber that I just cut into pieces there. Doesn't that look good? Nice fresh salad here. Then you have red onion there that you're going to add.
You could smell the red onion for sure when we came up here.
Great. And then we have fresh basil. Now, in Topeka right now, it's hard to find fresh basil. So I found in the produce section a little container of fresh basil already chopped. So that's great, and we'll add that, and that gives it just a fresh flavor. And then this is a little bit of fresh mint, and we'll add that in too. You can smell that. So I'm going to stir that a little bit here. Look at all those beautiful colors, and this is such a great spring salad. And then you are going to pour the dressing on there, which uses another one of our soy ingredients, and that's vegetable oil. We've got some mustard in there. Look at all of that.
All right.
All right, I'll stir that up there. Oh boy, doesn't that look pretty?
It does.
I love this recipe.
You don't usually see salads that look that good.
I know, and it's just so fresh. And then when you serve it, we have our display over here. Slice some fresh avocado and put it on the slice. And I gave you some. And I want to show this booklet for National Soy Foods Month because we have the link on our website, and I think you're also going to put it on your website. But it's a 15-page book. It has this recipe in it, but I love it because it gives all the great health information of why you need to have soy, the latest information, a glossary of all different kinds of soy foods. So a really helpful piece that we're offering free.
All right, and that's pretty darn good. So if you'd like this recipe, you can enter to win this book or check it out on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Charlene, thanks for coming in this morning. We'll catch you again next week, and we'll be back with more right after this. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Got a great day ahead of us. Taking a live look at the MoDOT camera at 20th and Range line. Looks great. Same from the KDOT camera at 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh. Sun's rising. Kind of getting in your eyes a little bit, but you know what? We'll take it. Clear skies as far as the eye can see here from 7th and Range line. 51 in Joplin with a south breeze at 6 miles an hour. Starting to warm up across the area slowly but surely. 49 Pittsburgh, 45 Parsons, 44 Neodesha, 51 Chautauqua, Miami, and 50 Neosho, Carthage, Lamar. As we get our day started, we'll have those sunny skies, temperatures into the mid-60s, and we'll stay sunny through the afternoon, maybe a cloud or two, mid-70s for highs, some of us even the upper 70s. And as we head into this evening, we remain clear and a little bit cool, dropping back down once again to the lower 50s. As we head into tomorrow, it's another great day, mid-70s, sunny skies, partly cloudy Thursday, 75, winds gusting 30 to 40. And then we're watching the possibility of some strong, maybe severe thunderstorms Friday evening into Saturday. We're 80 on Friday, 66 Saturday, so that's something we want to keep a close eye on. Still a few days out, but definitely something to watch. But after that, even a brief cool down, we warm back up near 80 as we head into next week with some additional thunderstorm chances by Wednesday and Thursday of next week. That's Check Your Forecast. Now here's Tanya Bach with a check of Consumer Watch.
All right, and U.S. consumers are starting to feel credit is getting more difficult to access. That's according to a new survey from the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York began conducting its survey of consumer expectations in 2013. The number of respondents who said it's harder to obtain credit than 1 year ago climbed to the highest level in the survey's history. Consumers' year-ahead inflation expectations also increased for the first time since October. That marked the largest jump in one-year inflation expectations since March of last year. Well, your family's favorite iconic storageware could soon be history. Tupperware is barely staying afloat. The company says it's looking for financing because it does not have enough cash to fund its operations. Tupperware is also exploring potential layoffs and reviewing its real estate portfolio. Stocks plunged 40% in pre-market trading on Monday. The New York Stock Exchange also warned Tupperware could be delisted for not filing a required annual report. The 77-year-old business has struggled to stay relevant and attract younger customers. Well, chances are you got a tax refund this year, and how are you planning to spend that extra cash? Spending it wisely, bulking up your savings, or getting out of debt? Patrick Cornell has 5 smart ways to stretch those dollars, according to one money coach.
This year's tax refund is about 11% smaller than last year's, but at nearly $3,000, it's a prime opportunity to make some smart money moves.
Using it in ways that you can leverage certain smart aspects of your finances to really catapult yourself in 2023 and beyond.
Money coach Lynette Calfani-Cox has these 5 tips to spend your 2023 tax refund wisely. Number 1, create or boost your emergency savings fund, and then don't touch it.
We know from study after study that the average American doesn't even have $500 socked away to deal with an emergency.
Number 2, tackle high interest debt. Either pay off all debt or get on a plan to make some major progress this year. This goes for credit cards, personal loans, or any outstanding debt with a high interest rate.
It'll improve your cash flow because by knocking out some debts, by either eliminating them or by reducing them, you're going to be paying out less every single month to banks, to credit unions, etc.
Number 3, purchase a life insurance policy. Consider a policy that covers about 5 to 10 times your annual salary. Number 4, show your retirement account some love. Increase the percentage you're contributing to a workplace retirement account or contribute to a traditional Roth IRA if you meet eligibility requirements. And finally, invest in yourself. Set aside some of that refund cash for a gym membership, a home gym, dental work, or a new wardrobe.
Other people might want to take on training or specialized courses or to get a certification or to join a mastermind group or to increase their skill set.
And here's one more tip. Use that refund money to start a college fund or consider mutual funds, which give you broad investing diversification. We'll be right back with more after this, but first let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell. A UVA first year recently created a robot that has a special tie to the university. Now, what if Thomas Jefferson himself was able to give you a tour of the University of Virginia?
That is now a possibility after this invention created by a UVA School of Engineering student. Brenna Keifner has more.
That is the 3rd United States president and founding father who also founded UVA, preparing to greet prospective University of Virginia students.
So we have the rotunda built by Thomas Jefferson, but we don't have him. It is fantastic if we have him and show the rotunda. And as a roboticist, we could contribute by developing Thomas Jefferson robot.
This 6'2" robot can wave, bow, and greet students who are visiting the university. The automation sensors are cued to their motion, which are controlled by the robot's handler, who is a UVA first-year student. With a ponytail wig, a face provided by smartphone, and dressed for the part, the robot makes a recognizable Jefferson and entertains UVA visitors.
I'd say they all really liked it. I mean, it's kind of just a cool looking thing. I'd say. But it just kind of represents a lot about the university too. So it seems like everyone's kind of keen on it, especially the young people, the ones that are interested in coming here.
After meeting the robot, Thomas Jefferson is able to lead people to where they need to go.
My name is Thomas Jefferson. Welcome to the University of Virginia. Please continue this way.
Over time, engineering students will add to the robot's capabilities and provide advanced detection and machine learning.
So next we're planning on implementing a bunch of different things at once. I've been working with a PhD student on how it can, I guess, navigate autonomously in front of a person to kind of lead them into a room and be a tour guide, really.
UVA hopes to have this new tour guide in the Rotunda by May.
That's absolutely interesting. Now imagine years from now, we have a robotic Dow Quick that gives new hires a tour of the station. We're talking like 10, 20 years from now, but still.
But Dow Quick never ages.
That's
so,
true.
like,
That's true.
It may not need to happen for another 50 years.
He puts gray highlights in his hair intentionally so he looks a little bit older, but he really never ages. So
That's true. Very
we
true.
got to learn those secrets from Dow at some point. Well, something that's not a secret is we've got a beautiful day ahead of us. We also got some storms, and I wanted to talk a little more about those. So quick check of temperatures. We got 51 Joplin, 50 Carthage, Neosho, 49 in Pittsburgh, 45 Parsons, and 49 Chanute, 51 Chautauqua, Miami. And we've got the sunny skies to start us off today into the mid-60s by late morning, maybe a cloud or two this afternoon, otherwise sunny. Temperatures pushing mid-70s. Some of us may even make it to the upper 70s. And as we head into tonight, we remain clear and we drop back down to the lower 50s. So what I wanted to touch on were those thunderstorm chances. Now, as we head into Wednesday, Wednesday's going to be another beautiful day like today, mid-70s, mostly clear skies. Thursday, a few more clouds, but the winds will also start gusting in that 30 to 40 mile an hour range out there. Still mid-70s though. And then Friday evening, we have a cold front with this low pressure system out here in north central Kansas and a dry line that'll extend ahead of that. Plentiful moisture, good instability expected right here over the 4 states, and we're expecting the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms Friday evening into early Saturday morning from southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma, into western Missouri, western Arkansas. We're still a few days out. Things can change, but it's been highlighted, and we just want to mention it and get you weather aware ahead of the potential threat for some strong to severe thunderstorms on Friday. Let's take a look at that 7-day and what all this looks like. Mid-70s again through Thursday, near 80 on Friday, and this cold front kicks us down to the mid-60s for Saturday. But because it's spring, sunshine returns, temperatures warming back up to near 80, and then we have some additional thunderstorm chances as we head into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. But we are closely watching Friday evening across the area. We'll be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Now that recreational cannabis is legal statewide, Missouri cities and counties must work out the fine print. Webb City, Missouri joins the trend of Missouri cities setting a public use ordinance on recreational cannabis. City officials say this ordinance upholds the community standards with law enforcement backing. Local veterans get some extra assistance signing up for disability benefits. On Monday, Joplin's Disabled American Veterans Chapter number 52 hosted a mobile assistance unit in Airport Drive. It was a chance for veterans to get assistance or get answers to questions regarding disability benefits. Officials say the Joplin DAV needs volunteers to drive veterans to medical appointments. The city of Joplin adds new members to its payroll. The city hired 2 new rangers to help maintain and enhance the city's park system. The addition of these new rangers will help ensure that Joplin's parks remain safe, clean, and enjoyable for everyone who visits. The 2 new rangers will work alongside the existing park staff to maintain the parks and trails, monitor park activities, and educate visitors about the rules and regulations of the park system.
We've got ourselves a beautiful day, mostly clear skies, maybe a cloud or two, mid-70s for highs, maybe even upper 70s for some of us. As we head into this evening, another beautiful evening, clear skies dropping back down in the lower 50s. As we look ahead, we're looking really good. Well, that's not the look ahead. There we go. Mid-70s tomorrow and into Thursday. Gusty winds Thursday, watching the possibility of maybe some strong, possibly severe storms Friday evening. A little cooler Saturday and Sunday, warming back up by next week.
Well, when you have a fur baby sharing your home, every day feels like National Pet Day. But on April 11th, it's official.
National Pet Day is a time to pay special attention to your best animal friend. Their species is irrelevant.
Some people prefer dogs and cats, while others prefer feathered friends or even scaly fish or snakes. Whatever animal companion brings you joy, take some time today to make sure you're providing the very best environment.
And make sure you're throwing away toys that have become unsafe. Verify that vaccinations are up to date and check their tags, microchips, or other forms of ID in case your pet gets lost. And if you don't have a pet, well, as we mentioned with Jasmine Kyle, it's a great opportunity to visit a local shelter and maybe provide a loving home to an animal in need. So I had a cat for 17 years, Blue Point Siamese. Because I'm a Star Trek fan, I named him Spock.
That's awesome.
He was an interesting cat, and he got pretty hefty as his life went on. He lived a pretty good life.
We had 2 dogs long-term that we had for years and years until they passed away, but now we have 2 younger dogs, so.
You got to start the
Gonna
cycle
continue
over.
that again, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We had so much fun. I tell you what, we'll do it again today at noon.
That's right. Have a great morning and an even better day.